Welcome, crypto champions, to Primeblock Capital's Friday update for April 25th, 2025. I'm your host, Funcho Ajibali, and today we unpack Bitcoin's steady stand at $94,000, Trump's tariff clash with China, recession fears, and also BlackRock's big ETF buy, and Michael Saylor's game-changing news. Plus, we'll spotlight AI blockchain innovators and also show you guys a little bit more about our amazing block. But if you want daily upsides, join our free WhatsApp Crypto Insights Hub. The link is in the description, and let's dive in. Okay, so let's talk about Bitcoin's stability at $94,000. Bitcoin's holding strong, and it seems to be a rock in a stormy market despite tariff tensions and economic uncertainty. BlackRock's spot ETF has scooped up 3,500 Bitcoin worth $327.3 million. And that was a purchase that took place yesterday, showing institutional faith. Michael Saylor also dropped a bombshell saying banks can now support Bitcoin after the Fed eased crypto guidance, which is massive. But with mixed sentiment on crypto Twitter, can Bitcoin break out further? So let's explore the catalyst. Obviously, you can take a look here at the chart and see that we're forming a beautiful flag here. You know, this is looking really good, really bullish. Previously, as explained to you guys, we've gone through two different levels of support, broken through the resistance, and we are now already considerably higher from that previous resistance, which should turn to support. 95K is the magic number that we want to see broken through. If we can break through that, I think 100K is coming next. Unfortunately, if it goes the other way and we knock our head off of 95K, we could be revisiting around the 88 mark, which is where that first support number one is currently, with support number two as a major level of support following that. So let's go back to BlackRock, this purchase of 3,500 Bitcoin. As you can see here from Thomas Farah, that's 12,500 Bitcoin that have been purchased in 3 days. It's huge. And you can see here on the total Bitcoin flows since inception, the growth has just been incredible. And what we're seeing here is this reaccumulation phase that is starting to tick up. Looks absolutely fantastic. And I think that we have got a lot more to come. So let's talk a little bit about these Trump tariffs and the standoff with China. Basically, this tariff is heating up again. Today, China called US tariff talks fake news, while Trump insists they're ongoing. So what we're looking at now is a 25% tariff on South Korea's, which has been paused since April 9th. With a quick deal on the horizon, the IMF warns of a 1.8% US growth rate and a 40% recession risk, which is pretty high. And this uncertainty could drive investors to Bitcoin, basically because volatility is looming here. What's your take, guys? Would love to hear. Let me know in the comments below. But let's move on to the recession fears that are impacting airlines now. So with recession fears that's clearly soaring, you know, 40% is a high number. American Airlines basically have fueled their 2025 forecast. This came through yesterday, and what they're citing is with the tariff pressures and consumer spending fears, half of Americans are extremely worried about a recession. You've also got JP Morgan, who are pegging the odds at about 60%. The Fed forecasts 1.7% US growth, and airlines are bracing for a rough ride. Could this push more capital into crypto as a safe haven? I hope so, and I think it will. Now, the Federal Reserve have got a pretty steady stance. Fed's holding steady at 4.2 to 4.5% rates, despite obviously tariff with Trump and him calling for cuts at the moment. Jerome Powell's standing firm. He's emphasizing the Fed's independence. The next meeting is on May 6th and 7th. And I think that they're likely to keep things unchanged, which is also helping support liquidity for crypto. And as I said to you guys in previous videos, liquidity is what drives crypto. The more you understand that, the more you can position yourself in the market. But tariffs could stoke inflation, creating a bit of a tricky balancing act for the Fed. I think Trump is likely to push for that. He wants to lower those rates for obvious reasons. For those of you that don't know, the tariff war that is currently taking place is mainly because Trump wants to lower those rates so that the debt that needs rebalancing for the United States, which is a gargantuan number, he's able to get that rebalancing, that loan, so to speak, way, way cheaper. The lower you can get that, the better it is for the US. And I think his stance is that America has been, completely screwed up as a result of Biden and previous leaders. And, that's his way of being able to justify doing what he's doing at the moment to try and make America great again. So I understand that. So let's talk about some institutional momentum now. So, BlackRock and Michael Saylor, institutions are doubling down. So BlackRock's ETF grabbed 3,500 Bitcoin, as I've already explained to you. It's a huge amount, 327 million. It's a vote of confidence. That's what it is. And Michael Saylor's announcement that banks can show support now for Bitcoin after the Fed's policy shift is huge. It could be a game changer. If you think about central banks or retail banks having the ability to buy Bitcoin and have it on their balance sheets, the number could go up dramatically. It's difficult to even comprehend where Bitcoin's price could be. But most of the time when we look at things like this, anything new that's coming in, it takes time for the progression, for everything to fall in line, for all the agreements to be in place. Just think about a retail bank like HSBC, okay? How many people need to be in agreement in order for that purchase to take place in the first place? You've got to take things like that into consideration. And at the highest level of banking with central banks, there's a lot of elites that all need to agree upon things before they can move forwards. But nonetheless, it's fantastic for the space that this is now something that can happen. So, really at the moment, the market is looking good. Bitcoin is looking strong. With stocks and Bitcoin obviously correlated, economy uncertainty can still shake things up. So we've just got to play it day by day and see, where things go. But it's looking very good as things stand. I also wanted to talk to you guys briefly about some AI blockchain innovators that for me are really starting to stand out and capture a lot of attention. AI and blockchain are colliding. They have been for a while, but it's starting to gather some momentum. And there's one particular, well, two actually I'm going to speak about, but there's one in particular that I've got my eye on. It's called Nosana, Nosana. And Nosana's decentralized AI compute network is up 20% this week. Okay, and it's driven by GPU demand. And then the other one that I wanted to speak to you guys about that you should check out is called HyperCycle. Now, HyperCycle's tokenized AI blockchain ecosystem is gaining a lot of buzz online. Both of these projects are hot right now, but you also need to understand that volatility is high. So, be careful based on what's happening around the market, because some of these things that look like great purchases right now, if Bitcoin goes back to 88 or potentially even lower, they're going to get hit really hard. So you've got to be very careful carry out your research before you leap into anything of this nature. But there are two that I wanted to mention. You can check them out. I'll show you the websites quickly now. Okay, so this is Nosana, and it's nosana.com, and they offer affordable GPU rental for AI inference at scale. Again, I think it's presented extremely professionally. Team look good to me, and it's the kind of thing that in this marketplace at the moment, if we look at artificial intelligence, every time crypto has been doing well, AI projects have done extremely well. So it's already ticking one major box for me from that respect. But from a GPU perspective, this is something that's needed, okay? There are other projects out there that have done extremely well during bull markets that offer similar services. For example, Render. Okay, it's another one that absolutely smashed it last bull market. It's one that I would definitely ask you guys to pay close attention to, because I think it's got a lot of future potential. And Nosana is another one that I think has got massive potential for the future. And I'll move on to show you guys as well HyperCycle. Okay, so this is HyperCycle, again, presented extremely professionally. Team looks good to me, and they're a network infrastructure for multi-agent AI systems. And again, this is something that's needed. They're capturing a lot of attention online, and I think this is one of those projects that can definitely get some serious momentum behind it when that alt season starts to kick in. And right now, I think with the uncertainty in the market, where, you know, even at Bitcoin at the price that it is right now, projects like this are going to be getting picked up at a steal in comparison to when you're in full-blown altcoin season and getting towards that blow off top stage. So I see huge opportunity in projects of this nature. Of course, carry out your own research. This is not investment advice, but I'm just showing you guys what I think has got a lot of potential based on what I see in the market, both historically, but also what I expect moving forwards for the future, especially with artificial intelligence and blockchain technology. Now, I want to remind you guys what you are missing out on. If you watch these videos, if you enjoy them, if you get anything from them, make sure you're also signed up to our blog. It is packed with useful information, more information than what I give you in these short videos. So take a look at our website. I'm going to share it with you now. You can sign up to the blog, and you can also sign up to our free Crypto Hub on WhatsApp, where myself, my team, and also lots of like-minded investors are all in there talking, sharing information, ideas, strategies, and so much more. So this is our website, pbcapital.finance, and you can take a look through this. We have got free 15-minute consultation that you can have with us if you're interested in building a portfolio or any of our other services. You can also connect with us on our socials and obviously join our free WhatsApp Crypto Hub directly from the website. There's some information about us and obviously all of the services that we offer as well. We've been here for a long time, and there is a lot that we can help people with. Also, very important is the Primeblock Capital blog. This is like our flagship product, okay? And it's completely free to everybody. You can just pop your email address in, hit subscribe. You'll receive every time that we're posting any blog, you'll get all of the information, the latest news, updates, everything. So let me just show you guys so that you can see what that is. So as you can see, we have blogs on a regular basis. We have done a lot of them, and literally you would just click onto whichever blog it is that you'd like to read, and you get the full breakdown. You know, this is today's all about Bitcoin's resilience, the Trump's tariff standoff, recession fears, Fed's steady hand, institutional moves. You know, you get all of the information that you need and our contact information and direct access to join our free WhatsApp Crypto Insights Hub. Okay, that's your crypto rundown for April 25th, 2025, Friday. Okay, Bitcoin's above 94K. We've spoken about tariffs, recession fears, and of course, these institutional moves that are helping shape the market as it is currently. Remember to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to get future videos, and thank you for tuning in. Stay sharp out there, guys.